Call this meeting to order. It is 6:10 p.m. Roll call, please.
Roll call is President Hernandez,
Present.
Vice President Estes. Here. Trustee Altamirano, absent. Trustee Banda. Here. Trustee Sotomayor is absent.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. Aubrey, do you want to lead us in the pledge?
All you have to say is ready.
Just like ready. Just say yes, ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, so adjustments to the agenda. The library board may amend the order at urgency items, no abstentions or no votes on consent calendar items, and request consent calendar items to be removed from the consent calendar for discussion. The library board may also remove items from the consent calendar before that portion of the agenda. The library board may address these issues by entertaining a formal motion. There are no adjustments to the agenda. Thank you. Public comment. If you wish to address the library board concerning any items within the board's jurisdiction, please raise your hand to be acknowledged by the president. At that time, state your name and address for the record. The president reserves the right to place a time limit of 3 minutes on each person's presentation. We received no written comments that I'm aware of. Okay, thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and have our literacy program. She has a few updates she'd like to share.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Julia, and I oversee our literacy services here. So I was asked to provide just a short summary on our literacy programs last month, December 2025. So just general information is that we had 4 active volunteer tutors who volunteered for a total of 29 hours, 19 of those being class time, and 10 of those being lesson preparation, the reports that they do after each lesson, and just training for their own development. We had a total of 16 classes and a total of 15 active learners. So December was a very slow month just because it's the holidays, and by mid-December, we actually took a break. So our tutors and students rightfully deserved a break to spend the holidays with their families. So our hours were quite slow, but we did have a major accomplishment, which is in our English as a Second Language program. After reviewing our program guidelines through the state and speaking with literacy colleagues, I was able to transition our ESL learners into adult literacy because of the progress that they had made. So to be eligible in English as a Second Language program, you have to be an adult and you yourself have to seek our services, even though you may not ask for them in English. Just the fact that you're seeking them and your main goals are learning to speak English and understand speech, that makes you eligible for ESL. But our learners currently, 13 of those, have shown a lot of progress. They understand speech, they are fluent when in conversation, and now their main goals are practicing and improving their reading, their writing, and comprehension. So that is amazing for us. We do have a lengthy wait list, which I hope we work through that these upcoming months. But in English and Conversation, in our adult literacy program, we now have those 13 learners who are improving their reading, writing, and comprehension. A way to practice reading, writing, and comprehension is through this book club, which almost all of our learners are a part of. So they are now in the second installment of Harry Potter. So this allows them to read, write in discussion questions, which they then speak about them in class. in the next slide, we can see other classes that we provide. So we provide the computer classes and our U.S. citizenship classes. Our computer classes are mostly, we receive a lot of seniors, so our older patrons that are interested in learning to write emails. Recently, one of our learners has learned how to online shop, so he has been able to shop a lot for his car parts and follow with correspondence with like online sellers, just because there was like a mailing problem, like a shipping problem, and he was able to write back to them. And it just helps them avoid scams and viruses and anything like that online. And then in our U.S. citizenship class, we have 5 active learners who have a firm grasp on the civics part of the naturalization process. They just really want to continue practicing their speech, and they're preparing. There was recently a new change to the process, to the naturalization process, where they added a couple more questions to the civics exam. So now, instead of only being 100 questions to study and only getting 6 correct to be able to pass, they are now opening it to 128 questions, and you do have to have 12 correct. So they are adapting to this change. In our family literacy program, last year we were able to have a gingerbread party with almost 30 attendants, and we have been changing our story stroll at Eager Park, so families can walk around the park and read and see a story behind our panels. So we have the polar bear and the ballerina for this winter season. And just finally, a recap of what we're working on this month is getting new tutors. I would really like our ESL learners that have been in that list to be able to start on classes and start on their learning. We currently have 2 new tutors that are in training. One for sure, he's really interested in doing ESL. I am planning to do some intake assessments once we're able to bring those people on the wait list in. I'm doing some progress assessments just because our mid-year report is coming in, is due soon. And I'm thinking of adding some GED tutoring into our curriculum and classes because we have had some interest in those. So we are reviewing the options, which are either in-person tutoring, and we also have an option for learners to do an online program, which is completely free to them. So yeah, just I see the progress in our students, and I am so proud of them and of our tutors, which are so dedicated. So yeah, we just really want to get those new tutors into our program. Thank you.
No, thank you.
And then Julia, would you like to share about the PLA conference if you're still planning?
Yeah, so late last year, PLA, Public Library Association, opened scholarship. They opened applications for scholarships to attend the PLA conference in April of this year in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So Amber shared that opportunity with us, so I just applied to see what would happen. It was relatively easy. It's just asking you a couple of questions of why you think you should be there, how long you've been working at the library, and just you had to qualify for at least one category, I believe. And I qualified under small and rural library and early career. So those were my 2 categories that I applied under, and I was one of those 150 that were selected. So this scholarship grants you a complimentary full conference, in-person conference. It grants you a $750 travel stipend and a year-long membership for American Library Association and Public Library Association. So that was an honor to receive. Talking with Amber, she is very excited for me, and hopefully we are supported in this and I'm able to go and bring back as much as I can over there. So yeah, it's very exciting, and I felt so honored when I received that email. So I'm just waiting on the extra like the follow-ups that they'll be sending us soon.
Great job. Good job, Julia. This is literally like the best is yet to come. What changes you've been making and impact you've been making. So thank you, because that says it all, and it's such a story that you warmed your heart. And it just reminds me of, I know, I want to cry too. I was remembering from our CLE conference, one of the classes that we were in, they said, for tutors, it's like, if you have the time and the willingness to want to give back, just call the library. Like, they are more than happy to help you, like, get onboarded. And so that's, I guess, my call to action, right? If anyone out there that's watching us or, tunes into our meetings, if you have the will to want to teach and the time, call us. We're more than happy to, make that impact together, and bring that waitlist down, maybe bring some more people on. So, yeah, thank you for all that you're doing. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy that conference.
I know. I have a few questions. What are the recruiting efforts? The people the tutors, how do you find them? Do you have, what is the process or?
So a lot of our tutors were actually patrons here. So it's just people that come into the library and they ask to volunteer in any way that they can. So we've had just passive recruitment here at the library. The front desk and the rest of my coworkers do a good job promoting our services. So when somebody comes in and literally asks, I want to volunteer here, they always pass them on to me. Another form is my coworker is great at social media, so we're able to put in all our graphics and our promotional flyers on social media, and those do get shared. And just I've done the brochures with information about our services that include how to reach me if you'd like to volunteer.
Because I've seen for the younger, for the teenagers, I've seen
the internships.
right, the internships. I see a lot of that. Right? But I'm like, have I seen for young adults or other people that would like to volunteer? I can't recall if I've seen it. So I was kind of wondering if you've had a process.
I might also suggest for the schools that are dual programs, the Spanish speaking, or the Spanish teachers and some of the students, they live for helping spread the love of, dual language. So you might want to contact them as well.
For sure. Thank you for the recommendations. And word of mouth helps so much. If one of the parents or families gets it, they share it with others. So yeah, thank you.
So it can be
Yeah.
anybody, right?
Anybody.
Yeah, you go.
Go through, like get vetted and get trained and everything, but if
That's a lot.
yeah,
But I'm just thinking, like, I know a few teachers that are in while they're retired and they
would love
want to still continue helping, so I'll send them your way.
Or I think people might have the under the impression that it's like, oh, it's a teacher. They're going to teach. Versus like, no, you might have, an knack for it, and you might be interested in something you always wanted to do. Come on down and you can, put those skills or that idea or, make it a reality. So I just want to make sure that people understand, like, you don't have to be a teacher, right? It could be anybody.
And I know sometimes at college level or university level, they need to have those hours of teaching experience. So, I mean, it's a good outlet.
Yeah.
There's always opportunity. So just being able to pair that and say, this is an opportunity. If you guys are, hear us out. If you guys want to come, come ask for information so that we can see if you're a good candidate.
And that's one place where Julia has had volunteers move on where they've gone off to college. They've been volunteers in junior college, I believe, and then they went off to college, and they do an amazing job with and connection with our learners. So yeah, they're doing amazing. I was like, why is there zero on ESL? She's like, they all moved on.
Oh, I love that.
I was gonna say a question, I'm just thinking the waiting list.
Yeah.
Best answer ever.
Yeah, no, that's like the best thing that you can be like, oh, they're in the higher level now. That's incredible. A true testament to your
So they leave for good reasons after they've been here.
The learners,
Right.
they graduate to the next level.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy for you. That is so
So
cool.
when are you leaving again?
April.
It's yeah, early April.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that much snow, I think.
Like, no, it shouldn't be. All right, Julia, well, I think, does anyone have any other questions, comments? Good. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna move on to item A, consent agenda, A1, approval of minutes for the regular library board meeting of December 9, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Motion by Vice President Estes and a second by, Trustee Banda.
I'll do a roll call. President Hernandez,
Yes.
or Vice President Estes,
Yes.
Trustee Altamirano. Trustee Banda.
Yeah.
And then Trustee Sotomayor is absent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we're gonna move on to item B, work session discussion / recommendation. Item B1 is ready or not project. So today, I'm gonna kind of flip into here, but today we had, the California State Library come by, for the ready or not project and basically create or assess risks and create a disaster preparedness plan. So that happened today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. But I heard great things. So Ember, if you have anything you want to share.
I quickly wrote something up because my mind is so full. It was a wonderful opportunity to sit down and meet with the consultant from Northeast Document Conservation Center. This is something that's that people have to pay for to have these preparedness consultants to come out to their libraries and museums, but through a grant through the state library, we were able to receive that service for free. So it's been out for 3 years. I didn't apply for it originally or request it originally because it identifies historical documents, and the Imperial Public Library doesn't have any historical documents. But after our CLA conference, making contact with them through President Hernandez, and then later on Hernandez taking me over to them, my attending their session, they notified me, no, you don't, it's for all libraries because the state library did a survey, and what they found from all the libraries was a great need of their facilities. And so they're checking to see how their facilities are doing, what the needs are, so we can better plan for everything. So it's going to be a great benefit of receiving basically a 40-page report in about 10 business days from her name was Julie. We, as I had mentioned, we met for 5 hours, about 5.5 hours. We took about a 5-minute break and got back into it. Lots of questions, a lot of, from every aspect possible about, planning for if there was a disaster, how would we continue services, what we would do. But also a few items that were revealed that we were never aware of. I've always been sad about some, I feel they're historical, the books that are from the 1900s that we're not able to do anything with because of the damage that they've had. And she actually provided information and resources for me where I can send them off so they can get saved. And so, that will be something in the future that we look at. We are expecting that $10,000 gift from Carnegie Foundation. So I think that would be very fitting to do something like that with that. She also mentioned digitizing the books. But now I feel safer to be able to look at those books with care and with plans for the future for them. So I'm very, yeah, so that was like the very first thing that we discovered. And then we do have some roof issues during the rain, and she rebuilt some resources that we weren't aware of that won't cause us to have to remove all the books in the areas where our roof leaks. We'll get, she's gonna send out the list and everything, so everything that we, um, I'm excited. Yeah.
Oh, man. It was like everything we hoped for.
Exactly, yeah, moving forward, planning, future planning, board planning. So really quickly, so I don't forget anything. The recommendations will provide strategic plans and goal setting. This project also provides free resources over the next year for training and documents. I haven't been able to look at all the resources. She named quite a few. And then, of course, the Ready or Not project is funded by the California State Library, and which offered the free on-site emergency preparedness consultation to address specific concerns and provide tailored assessments to help our staff meet our preparedness goals. And so she took she said she arrived about 20 minutes early, took a walk around, and kind of inspected the area. And she saw the trouble issues, the roof, it's basically every library authority. So, it was an amazing meeting. It was a session. Yeah, the librarian and myself went through that time through my office.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you for.
I posted a picture on social media. She actually she had one sticker. And so it was like our librarian loves cats for national, for preparation, disaster preparation. And today's National Sticker Day.
So, and I just gave her stickers anymore. That's so
I
funny.
went and posted that, and then we took a picture together, all of my selfies.
Yeah.
Took a picture with Imperial.
Lovely.
So it's posted.
Oh, man. I love that these things are still coming to fruition from that conference. And
Okay.
it sounds like it's everything we hoped for and
Yes.
more. And
There were things that the librarian and I had never heard of, so it was very eye-opening, and we're very aware.
yeah.
We know our resources, but to have this professional come in that, goes to mansions, and she was talking about, she goes all over the place, so she's very professional.
And then within 10 days to get the report, that is.
Ooh, so hopefully the funding continues. It's another program that funding is, unsure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully everything works out in our favor. I'm so glad. I'm like, we've been talking about this, and it just happened to be a thing that was right in front of us at the conference, and we're like, oh, so libraries and resources go hand in hand, and we just perfect timing. All right. I will see that in a little bit. Does anyone have anything, any comments, questions?
No.
Okay. So, yes, no? Okay. We'll move on to item B2, Little Free Libraries. Specific to Little Free Libraries in Imperial, we have not done anything. I did speak with them. There are 3 different grant opportunities. One of them is the Impact Grant, and that one has been closed until about April. So we'll revisit this next month and see if that's something that we want to go through with grants, because basically you apply for the grant with Little Free Libraries, and they give you all the materials for the library and books for a certain amount of time, or I don't know how many times they send books. And then you have to keep it filled for whatever tenure they tell you, and then you're signed off from the grant. You fulfilled your duties. But it's a great opportunity to have more of them here. Another thing that we could do too is probably help them identify Little Free Libraries that are already up, like the one in front of Bent Halls. But I need to do more work on this topic so that we can continue the discussion. So we're gonna.
The other thing we can do, if you might, is maybe put it on the website that if anybody, like any families wants to have a little library
Mhm.
from their houses, maybe they wanna do it. Like I know I have a few of my neighbors now that they have a little library in front of their houses. And we all go and change books in there. So maybe we don't have to wait so much for the grant. Maybe we have family the ones to do it.
Or even register.
Yeah.
They'll need the materials to
Just go ahead
put
with that.
something up, and then the books, and then the, volunteers, I would say volunteers, not staffing, to
Right.
manage the books. So I think we need to have a plan before.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really identify. Something else that we talked about that, speaking with volunteers, and I don't wanna like jump too far off, from CLA, is the Friends group or Friends of the Library. Friends of the Library group, kind of something like that, like its own nonprofit, that helps the library. So, we kind of talked about it for a little bit and
Forgot about it.
no, I don't want to say forgot about it, but just like stop talking about it. But I feel like there's a lot of different things, such as this one, that would be really helpful for. Also at the CLA conference, and I'm sure you guys might remember from last year if they did it, is that they have a bunch of swag and things that they can give out on behalf of the library. And so, I mean, I don't think that we would host CLA out here, but if we did, or if we had something like that, we can have swag that we can give out that says like Friends of Imperial Public Library for field trip, field trip. Yeah, I guess that's exactly what it's called for students that come by, because that's what they can afford.
I think it's a great idea to revisit because I think if it's promoted, a lot of people would be excited to be part of that group. And I was just in a PTO meeting and I was just blown away by the ideas and how well everybody was organized. And I'm like, all these things happen at the school because of the PTO, right? Just people that have expertise in so many areas, people want to volunteer. I can see that being very popular here with everything that is going on. It's just kind of like giving it the push. And then it sort of happens by itself. I think once you get the few people together that want to do it, and they take off.
Yeah.
They take off and they can do a lot of like the they're that consistent, knowledgeable group versus like, volunteer for this or volunteer for that. They don't, you don't have to coordinate them. They coordinate themselves. They coordinate things for us.
And I
So I
think
think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think what speaks volume too is that we have so many patrons that have become volunteers. So we have people that are committed to the library just because they've been patrons of the library. So I don't see that group is going to be difficult to form because we have people that love our library. I've seen people, I don't come every day, but I've seen people that are here every time here. Like, you know what I mean? There's people that love this library. And so I feel like the opportunity is a good one. So maybe it's something we should revisit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what it will take to do this, because I know, this is the challenge now, right? We've been talking about this for over 3 years and we kind of tossed it a little bit.
I think this is something the city attorney needs to be part of the conversation, so we can keep moving forward with that conversation. I do see the opportunities for outreaches that I'm contacted about that we're unable to participate in because of the staffing level that we are at. But as you mentioned, the people with the heart and the friends of the libraries knowing the resources, those are our advocates that are out there speaking and they know the resources and they can share that information. Like the event that's coming up that you were telling me about in February. January. Wish that was wishful. So I think I did identify some dates I provided, but I did not see the email that went out. So I don't think it went out for some potential dates for our meetings, our workshop. So that will go out to you all. I try to choose every day of the week to give options for everybody during the weekdays, except for Friday. I kept it at 5:30, thinking that everyone worked until 5. With that assumption. Friday I had a lunch opportunity, and then a Saturday for kind of a brunch type opportunity. So as soon as our meeting is over, I'll go ahead and what I'll do, so it's fresh in your emails tomorrow, Larissa will email that out, tomorrow morning for you. But there's, I think there's about 8 dates to choose from. And more than likely knowing her, she's putting together an amazing, spreadsheet with you to identify your first, second, third choice.
And you know,
Because I just barely gave her those dates.
as I was hearing you, I know I'm familiar with the North Park, there's a group for the Friends of the Public Library, North Park. And they sell so much swag and then they put it back in the library. But people want to buy these little bags. I could see people wanting to buy the swag for the library.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're setting up little booths and it would be actually a very fun thing to get community involvement.
I think it would be
They can do a book swap. I would love, like you were thinking about, I know I'm not into
sorry,
but yeah, no, even if like having the little libraries, what do we call
little free library.
Yeah. Maybe before that happens, just having like book swaps at the library, right? So, but that's something like it's super easy that the friends of the library.
No, there's so many. It's like honestly, an extra set of hands. But people that are just, this is their passion projects, if you will. But no, I'm excited to keep that conversation going. I'm excited for this year. I feel like at the beginning, I'm like, okay, we see things.
Our goal should be getting that Friends to the Library this year. Like,
I'll
before-
ensure we keep
before
this on the
October.
agenda.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That I mean, it's a lot of paperwork, but.
Friend,
Okay. Yeah, okay, so, with that, because it just kind of goes right into what we were talking about, we're gonna move on to item B3. And so this was about what we just talked about, our 2026 strategic planning workshop. We just discussed, like we said, hopefully establishing that, Friends of the Library group. And among other things that would be really, really helpful for the library. Do we want to reiterate anything? Or just move on? No?
Just move on.
Okay.
let-
Yeah, ask a question? Okay.
just like 2 minutes.
Okay. So we were talking about in B2, we got really excited when we started talking about establishing the nonprofit, the Friends of the Library group. That would be really, really helpful to have extra set of hands and fundraising for the library and advocacy and things like that. But we got really excited about it in B2 and started dreaming, but it actually was a B3 item. And so I know that there's certain things that maybe we have to do.
I think if we could set, we'll do a city manager meeting with Ember over the next couple of weeks because you have a few options. You already have the formed Friends of the Park, which can include library youth programs. So then there's no work that needs to be done if that's something that works with them. Or we have the other option that it doesn't necessarily have to be a nonprofit. We have the paperwork to do the nonprofit. You just have to pay and do it. It's kind of a separate entity. But you also have the ability to create a Friends of the library that's within the city structure, covered by the city, and they can make donations to the city just like a nonprofit. So we have 3 options, and we just need to talk about it internally, and maybe we can sit down with them and decide what's the best, because you do have an immediate fix and then kind of your long term. So this is helpful to hear it. We know where you're at.
Yeah, and I did get to touch base with the, I don't remember what her position was. I think she might have been like a library director, but she kind of oversaw the Friends of the Library. She just sat in.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, give me the rundown. And this was at CLA, and she was part of the Riverside Friends of the Library. And she was telling me kind of how they did it and what were things that she liked and things that she could have done better and recommendations. So I will share that card because I think it's good.
If you can share it, but also maybe we can invite you to call into the meeting if you're working, or we'll try to work around your schedule so that you can participate in that discussion, because there are options.
Yeah. We would just
Sorry, it's not
love,
really said.
no. We would love to see it, like we said,
Yeah.
we're excited for 2026 and it's hopefully, I mean, we've kind of talked the idea and then just like,
So we'll
Yeah.
work with the city manager and Amber, and then we'll include you in the meeting.
That would be great.
And I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
push you. I need it by October.
No, that's fine. Well, we have an immediate, I will tell you, we have an immediate solution to, but well, if we can get that meeting and then get a plan, because there are three. Part of the problem is when you create the friends of that, it's a separate nonprofit, there's fiscal and fiduciary responsibility tied to that outside agency, and it costs, several $1,000s. Whereas you have immediate solutions. So I know what you're looking for, and then we'll give you the prices and the options. There's some negatives to creating a new one, but there's also some positives for the long term.
Okay, yeah, we'll discuss. And then, okay, never mind, we'll go ahead. Does anyone have any other questions, or we can move on? Okay. Let's go on to item B4, every story counts.
Madam Mayor, excuse me. President. I'm sorry, on B3, going back to B3, I pulled up the dates so you can jot them down, so you can start thinking about them.
Okay.
It's the week of the 26th of this month. So we have Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday after 5:30 p.m.
Monday, Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and these are options, and we have to select a few to identify because then we have to confirm that availability. But I went with Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, because Wednesdays there's always meetings, 5:30, Friday the 30th, noon, Saturday the 31st at 9 a.m., or we can adjust that. Monday the 2nd at 5:30, Tuesday the 3rd at 5:30, or Tuesday the 10th of February, which is prior to our regularly scheduled meeting, where we could meet at 5 p.m. prior to our 6 p.m. meeting.
Right.
And then we'll have that emailed to you tomorrow as well.
Okay.
I just want to provide that to you.
So you mean on the 10th before our regular meeting to have this?
Those are just some options.
Yeah.
That way you have some options.
Actually, that sounds good to me.
That's not perfect.
Like we can move it all in. And it'll be fresh for the meeting if everybody else agrees.
I think that's a good idea. But we can reply to the email.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just like reading, I'm trying to, we'll see it when it plays out. Okay, so we're gonna move on to item B5, review and discussion of current bylaw.
On B4 for every story.
Oh, sorry.
It's my fault for interrupting you. You were on track. So we'll be with B4 with every story counts. The California State Library has an initiative this year, and it's called Every Story Counts. And it's they've done similar things in the past, but so it's capturing everybody's story throughout this week of January 25th, I believe, is the week. It starts Sunday and it runs through Saturday. And so every library is taking are doing their own activities to promote it. The library is providing, I actually served on the panel, or but the state library did an amazing job providing graphics, social media graphics, and then a press release to get this information out to our patrons. And so they created a short questionnaire for people. They can take either online, or they can take it in person on a hard copy, just so we can kind of capture each library's unique quality of their people and what we're doing. Our team is still meeting about the things that we want to do. There's a lot of creative things that other libraries are doing, so we're looking forward to it. And we'd like to invite you all as well. Love to meet with you after, offline and talk and just do something fun for the community to bring them out and have them share what they enjoy doing at the library. And then we'll be submitting 3 favorite photos. But one thing that the state librarian, they notified us that the state librarian is really looking for videos now. So we'll, we'll try to capture a good video as well.
Oh, my brain just.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like a big thing, like where you can like stand in and oh my gosh, this is gonna be fun.
This questionnaire is for anybody.
Oh, yes.
The videos,
Always.
the videos is for anybody, right?
Oh, what was that?
The videos is for anybody.
Anyone that wants to be a part of it, yeah,
I mean, it's capturing real
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's nothing that's set up where we're interviewing you or anything like that. It's just capturing, the day-to-day activities at the library.
Oh,
You know, I was thinking of my daughters do a memory since they were always in the
Oh,
library.
yes.
The memory of
Yeah.
why I'm in the library, this is because of them, you know, they made me
Oh,
come to the
definitely.
library with them, and after that, the love for books never stopped.
I love it.
And they work at the library too, so
I love it. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
send them a message about that.
yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. So it's just photos and videos.
Photos and videos, questionnaires. The main thing is the questionnaire. And then some libraries are doing events. The graphic for every story counts. It's actually all the directors that were on the committee. They chose they really liked the typewriter. So they have a typewriter that has a sheet of paper that says every story counts. And at one point, I was talking to the Seroptimist, and I don't know the official title, but she had a typewriter she was talking about donating the library that her father had during World War II, that he actually took with him to all the sites and used. Yeah. And she didn't have anyone to pass it down. So I don't know. I'm just afraid.
Yeah.
Leaking some information that I don't have an answer to.
We'll dream about it.
Yeah, so just looking for some libraries, they're creating like the frames that people can take photos behind that says every story counts. Just being very creative about celebrating people's stories.
Exactly.
On my board wall.
We're very big like photo op people, so I think
Mhm.
we can find some blank walls and have a fun backdrop day. I'm excited. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, is there anything else that we need to approve or?
Nothing, it's all for discussion.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Perfect, thank you. Any other questions, comments?
Well, I was just gonna comment, I know you're too young for this, but when I went, we have to take typing, right?
Mhm.
And we used some of those typewriters, like the school I think was very old because it was the ones that you
Mhm.
I remember getting my knuckles many times. And I hated it. I hated it, but now that I think about it, it's kind of like, you know, wow, I was part of history. I'm not at all, but I was part of history, you know?
Yeah. We know all the different ones.
I'll take it, but you're not that old. I'll take it.
Yes.
Not at all. The school was
I'm turning
typewriter.
30 this year. I'll take
Oh,
it.
yeah.
We would do that.
No, well, I had to take a typing class, but it was a computer, and they covered
So
the.
you didn't have the electric typewriter?
I actually had the typewriter growing up because I always saw my mom in her business, and so she had them. So I was very intrigued on what it all did. So like fax machines used them, typewriter used it, all the things. But like, was it in my school? No, like, we already had computers and stuff.
Okay, imagine going from that typewriter to going to the one that barely touching type, right?
Mhm.
And then the one with the little sphere. I was like, oh my god, that is amazing. And now I'm just,
Oh, the little red. Yeah, I remember those.
White out.
Oh, white out, liquid, and then it turned into the tape. Oh man.
Yeah, type over.
The little card. Oh my gosh. Nostalgia. Everything. I have a public comment. Oh, I think we're past the public comment section.
okay, we need to move on.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to item B5, review and discussion of current bylaws. Yeah.
So, we we're bringing this back. It's, we haven't had discussion yet, with our city attorney, so, she's not aware that we're bringing this to, right now, but we just thought we'd bring this back because, for discussion, because we brought it up, and as we continue working on it, it's something we might want to discuss, during our workshops as well. And so just to kind of see if anyone has anything else they'd like to add, I'm just open it up.
And then we got some comments and I think we made those updates, right? Have we implemented the direction that we got a few months back? For the bylaws? I'll check. Okay. Yeah, because we got some good, direction from you guys. And I thought that we implemented that and made the changes, so but obviously it's a living thing, we can keep changing, but.
Yeah, I think I see them, but I don't think we have approved. Cause I know that we had something on, oh man, I just saw it, that I was like, oh, we actually said that.
Yeah, because I remember making the edits based on a meeting in the last 4 months, so I can send those out and distribute them.
Yeah. I remember that we had the portion of a council being able to remove with reasonable cause, and I do see that added here in the second one. So maybe, but I mean, we can review and then approve or approve to send for approval. I don't know how that one works, but.
Well, I think we have direction from that other meeting, so unless there are additional changes, from that last one, we'll stick with those and present them.
Okay.
So I missed an email, so I'll search, for that.
Alright, let's do it, we'll see. Yeah, I'll look, but we'll get it, because I do remember I made the changes
I
pretty
think
quick.
that's a few months ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure we get it to you, and then unless you have changes, we'll just move through the process.
Okay, perfect. And then, perfect. Any questions, comments? Okay, so we'll move on to item C, reports. Item C, like manager reports.
I emailed out, the manager's report, yesterday, to our board. First things first, I would like to say thank you to our president and vice president that went beyond, their service. They, came out to the library, and even the person that came in today for the site visit, she went through our social media, and she acknowledged how involved and how supportive our trustees are. But if you don't follow our social media, there's a quick snippets of President Hernandez and Vice President Estes cleaning the windows and wiping, dusting, just getting the facility ready for the Read Dream Be Merry event. And then after that, being lots and lots of batteries. With us unscrewing those little tiny screws to get the lights, so we can have lights. Putting together all those lights. I was with you guys, and I was with the little red ants.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
With the art, the lights and everything that got set up. It was a very welcoming. It's always welcoming, but Christmas event, it was very welcoming for everybody. Everyone enjoyed it. Vice President Estes brought us breakfast, lunch, and my husband ate dinner from it. And he wants to know who made it. It was amazing. He's like, this is authentic. It's amazing. So thank you.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, we couldn't have done it without you. So, but I do want you to know that the site visitor, he did comment on, and I was like, can I report you? So beyond that, our library highlights for December, the Read, Dream, Be Merry event. The last time I checked with the Imperial Valley Dolly Parton Imagination Library director and program coordinator, they stated they had about 250 people registered at the event or pre-registered already to start receiving books once that got kicked off. I haven't had any more communication with them since they don't live here locally. So I haven't heard anything yet. And then as you're aware, our door count counts as a door, each time the door is opened, not how many people enter through it. So there were 683 times that the door was, so 683 times 2. We break it down. We do the math. So 608, we're counting 683 visitors because the door opens 683 times, but it could be 1, it could be 5 people coming in at the same time. So that was a lot of people coming in. It was very filled, a large event. And yeah, everybody had a great time. Those were optimistic activities in the community room. Santa was in the main area reading stories. We had, I can't think of her name right now, but with her, you'll know who she is with the dog.
Gabby and Rock.
Gabby and Roxy there, and she was dressed up as Elf on the Shelf, I believe. Yeah, and Roxy. Everybody was taking pictures with Roxy, Santa Claus, Dolly.
Oh, yeah.
Dolly Parton was a hit. She was making all the letters from Santa. She knew Santa. So my 5-year-old had a big crush on her.
Oh!
So our homework help continues to be going on from Tuesday through Thursday, which is funded through the California Library Association through the California State Library. And then also the free snacks at the libraries Monday through Friday. Then we had our Jane Austen celebrations, celebrating her 250th birthday in December. We had a movie night and then a nice little tea party celebration. The Read, Dream, and Be Merry event, the family literacy event. They held a gingerbread cookie decorating opportunity for families on December 23rd. Julia, our coordinator, said it was a little less than normal for attendees because it was so close to Christmas, but it was a very incredible opportunity for the families that came to participate in decorating the gingerbread cookies. And then, and all our programs are moving forward. There's some that we're cutting back on a little bit. Our facilities and operations, you received the report on the emergency preparedness assessment this Thursday. I also have a meeting with Human Resources and Public Services to discuss facilities needs. And then Larissa, who is the admin assistant, and myself, we both attended an online session about grant funding opportunities. So I provided the photos of 5 of the grant opportunities. The 6th one is sewing machines. I believe we'll be receiving sewing machines through our Sarah co-op. I believe that's the way I understand. This was a few months, maybe 5 months ago. The way I understand it is that our Sarah co-op is going to be applying for sewing machines for all our libraries within Imperial County and San Diego County. But we can also apply individually for to receive any of these items. And so we just have to make sure that we have space, and then we're not ensured that we'll receive this because it's going to be based on your LIPC, which is the local income per capita level. And unfortunately, they're using the 2023-24 reporting period, which is significantly higher than we typically our budget normally is. So we land right about in the middle. I went ahead and copy and pasted the 2023-24 LIPC of all the libraries, and they, depending on the library, the amounts are just different. But I believe out of 180 libraries, we're at 89, 89 or something like that. So we're right there in the middle. So we may receive something if we apply for it. But I'm talking to staff about what would best serve our needs and where do we have space to put the items, because they're amazing resources that we real estate in the library is very much needed. And then the highlights. So for the year, staff, Larissa reached out to staff and asked them to identify some of their highlights that they of the year. So she provided photos of some of the activities that they identified, which includes Tolkien Week, Foreign Film Focus, which this year they're looking at musical May films, which I'm really excited about. And a few other items that are identified on here with photos that they collected. And then we have, for January, we have our homework help continuing, free snacks, the Ready or Not site visit, which we accomplished today. And then our Every Story Counts, which we spoke about. It's running the 25th through the 31st. After that, it provides you the stats that are cumulative from July through November. And then the following page provides you the stats on December. So next month, what we will do is, because we start from July 1, but we'll have a December included with the full year. So we'll have a separate line up, separate section for that, so it can all be added up at the end. And so there's notes on each one of those, and that's where I noticed the ESL 0, and I thought, okay. So, and then just a friendly reminder that the city is working on their website, and that they're adding profile information for our trustees, and we're reaching out to you to provide us information about yourself that you'd like to share under your photo or the website that you're comfortable sharing. And then thank you very much for your commitment and all your dedication. We appreciate you. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy New Year.
So I have two couple of questions.
Mhm.
On your meeting with human resources about facility needs, is that because of the rain that happened, or aside that?
No, there's some housekeeping that needs to be taken care of throughout the day at the library, just given its normal function, because we serve people throughout the day, so we need to clean the area and whatnot. So it's just discussing what the needs are of the library. We do have a part-time position that's funded, but right now it's not being filled. So that's where that's coming in at, where we're sitting down with public services and letting them know what items we're needing. There's some that they will not be able to do, it's throughout the day, and the garden, that's another thing that they won't be able to do. And then general maintenance of the building as well. There's things that we have that we're working on getting repaired, and just having a moving forward plan, and then looking into the budget for the next fiscal year.
Okay, can you add in there to add an extra outlet outside the building for the left side?
Okay.
That's when we were doing the lights, we were like,
You wanted to turn.
no, we need an extra outlet on the left side to avoid having to put
Oh.
cables running around. We're safe. And I was in shock, we only have one outlet, that's all we have.
I remember that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we need to have one on the left side.
Okay. Well, we'll get the facility clean first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very important, honestly, yeah, that is really. And then
You were there cleaning.
yeah, and after like talked to me about it. I was like, she was cleaning all the vegetables. I was like, you're right. I mean, my kids used to like put that on their mouth, but you know, they were at home, I put it in the dishwasher.
Plastic
But a lot of
vegetables.
kids, yeah.
Plastic vegetables. Yeah, so there's just a lot of
Yeah.
things that, a lot of touch points for little ones. And then just the things that, I mean, if you're as tall as me, you don't see the top of the bookshelves, right? But
Yeah.
you get on the ladder, you're like,
We saw the
ooh,
dust.
or window seals, just like little things that would just, I mean, we have a very homey library, but there's things that I think we would love to see be better. And yeah, let's have those conversations.
And my other question is because you brought that we might get some sewing machines.
Mhm.
What are we gonna do with the sewing machine? Gonna get classes or?
Get crafty.
That is going to be depending on how many we receive, what type of sewing machines. One reason I didn't provide a photo is they provided the website to the Singer they provided the link to the Singer website. And it had a variety of very different styles, you know, from the basic to quilting. So I'm not sure, you know, where they are with that.
The reason I asked that question is like a week ago, like somebody approached me and they're like, hey, is that to the library's sewing classes or the quilting? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'll find out. So when you mentioned it, I was like, okay.
Yes, the quilting, they used to utilize our facility and provide where people could drop in and sew, because it's open to the public. But I haven't heard back from them, and then summer's coming up, so when summer comes up, the facility isn't available because of all our lunch at the library programs.
Okay.
But yes, it will be determined, and once again, it's going to depend on, you know, all our staffing have very designated positions. And we're very fortunate by them doing their extras to provide the programs.
Yeah, and very quick, when you have this, was it a quilting or a sewing? Who was leading those?
That was the Quilters Guild.
Oh,
Yeah, and so they were, it was a drop-in and sew, so it was just a kind of a time to connect, but people had to bring their own sewing machines,
do they have a space at the Pioneers Museum? Is that the same group?
possibly.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be a really great space for them, so they're more than likely there. They're very resourceful, they're amazing. They were making quilts with, different quotes, or they were making quilts with different quotes from children's books and banned books. It was, and they were showing me. They were amazing. So we were planning on doing the show, but I haven't seen them lately.
That's super cool. Yeah. I do want to say thank you for your storytelling because I still have people telling me about our social media posts at the library when we were getting ready for our December events. And so it's incredible. We have, I think, a good following. And there's so much that we do and our team that just makes great things happen. I'm just always in awe. I'm very thankful to be part of it. So thank you. It's good. It's all good. I'm super, super, super proud of where we are. We've come far.
Well, I think I mentioned to you before, but I was talking to Peggy Price at the county. I don't know how it came out, but she mentioned to me that she actually used our Gilmore Girl in our library as an example for the other libraries of what things that should be done and how to be done and how successful we are with what we do. So thank you for everything. I know that you put a lot of work into all these events aside of what we did.
I moved the microphone so I wouldn't take up time talking. Actually, you cannot say that because you guys came in and you did a makeover in an hour and put on an amazing event. So, and then left the facility cleaner. You know, you left it better, just like everyone should be doing with facilities and resources. So
The point is, you
amazing
trust me
team.
and you let me.
Yeah, the Jeep, I mean, everything authentic was awesome. So thank you.
But it's like they're doing our events as an example. So that's good to know, to hear good things about our library out of our city of Imperial, and people are talking about it on the city on Central. And it's an example for all of us.
Yeah. Take your flowers, both of you. You're doing, I mean, it literally, it takes all of us, and
Yeah,
so
it
it's just,
It takes a village.
it's nice, and I felt that same, like, we did a little bit for that, when we were building and staking and cleaning and flooding and putting all blood, sweat, and tears, you know? Maybe not blood, but
Just delete those pictures, because we were.
oh, we were a mess. But the work got done, so that's all that counts. And we do it because it's for the library. That's why we're here, and it makes me feel good. Okay, so thank you, Amber. Your report is always top notch. Item C2. This is the city manager report.
Yeah, I'd like to share, as you know, it's a new year and the city's got a lot of new projects going on, and I'll share one of those. Just Ember mentioned they're updating the information that's on our website, right? And that's actually just to make sure the information that's there is current, you know, council members, trustees, contact, all that stuff's current. But beyond that, the city is actually we're building out a brand new website. It'll be completely redone, more modern tools and stuff on that. It's a big project. IT started. It's just in the early stages right now. But now's a good time that if there's ideas for the library section of it, of things that you know the board and you know, Ember wants to see, because the IT department will be reaching out to the department heads and capturing those ideas. And coincidentally, the project lead on that is actually sitting in the back.
Yay! We at work, my professional job, we just did a revamp on our website, and it was a labor of love, and it took a long time. So I commend you for doing that. And it's, yeah, we're more than happy to share our updates and ideas for the library, because there's a lot of things that can go on that website. Oh yeah, we're gonna be like, these are all our wishes. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, that's not that question.
Oh, don't you're almost gonna regret what do you guys have? What do you want for the library section? No, well, you think of someone looking up our city because they want to move here, and this to be able to have all that information. Yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
long
we're excited about that.
Yeah.
It'll be easier to find. Our current site's a little bit for specific things. And it's just gonna be, you know, fresh look and a lot, you know, more friendlier user tool.
Great. I'm excited. I love seeing. I teared up when I saw ours, like when it was not completed yet, but almost completed, because when you see what you had to what it's going to, and I commend you. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's gonna be so good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Anything else?
No.
Perfect, thank you. And then we don't have our city manager here, so we'll move on to item C4, president and trustees reports. Let me see. Well, we had our December events. We were here a lot. I think the only big thing that I have to report was we were able to get funding through, I think we call it like matching volunteer hours through my Works Foundation. So I believe I was in the 75 plus hour threshold, so the library will be getting a little grant, if you will, so to match the hours to, that's just the program that they do, it's a gift. So I'm very excited for that. Anything helps the library, obviously our time, but funding is always welcome. So I'm very excited for that. Excited for everything to come in 2026. I am hopeful that it is great and better than we can imagine. But other than that, I don't have anything else to report.
Okay, so you already reported what we did last month.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna start our year, I mean, the library's already good start, but we're gonna start our year and put it with right thing, because Trustee Vanda has agreed to help us on the event on January 28th. I was mentioning to Amber that the ICTCU is doing, and you know about the event, the 100 days of school. And what they do is all the schools gonna come to this event on the 28th. which is Wednesday. All the teachers are invited, and they invited me personally to invite a couple of business. They only have a space for 8 business to be there. Present any materials that we have. And while I was doing that, I thought, how come I don't have the library in there? So we agreed that we're gonna put a table in there for information, and Trustee Banda agreed to be there and help us that day. So I think it's gonna be a great event. It's a good idea for the library. We're gonna have a lot, and hopefully a lot of teachers from Imperial, because it's in the city of Imperial. So we're hoping it's gonna be an eye opener for some of those teachers that have never been at
A lot of resources.
It's a hidden gem. True.
Yeah, we can utilize it.
Lidley, it was, the one that's Canopy, they want to do a movie or something, yeah.
So we're gonna pick up all the material the day before from Amber, and we're just gonna set up. It's only a couple of hours, but I think it's an amazing event. And because it's holding Imperial, we're hoping we got a lot of teachers and principals from Imperial. We don't get a lot of teachers to visit the library.
I think what would be really neat is if we had, I don't know if we already have materials ready, but for like our summer lunch at the library or like for signups for library cards, those would be cool because maybe they don't have all that information,
Yeah.
but they have they learn about it, like, oh, we're gonna look out for this for in the summertime. Our summer reading program, super, super cool. Thank you.
The library card initiative.
Mhm.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's one that we've been also keeping in our back pocket wanting to do.
Yeah, I'm still on the committee on that one. Okay. Also, so, I have to think of.
One thing that I was gonna mention and I forgot is like I've been thinking about, can we do a site visit? Can we invite teachers from different schools to do a site visit to our library? Because I know we have several teachers that never been here.
We do have field trips where they come and visit and we give them a tour. They just need to provide us the information when they're coming, so we have staff prepared. And what we do is we break them up into different sections and take them on a tour of the library, and we try to have. We're working right now. I'm working with Larissa. I'm looking for cost-effective giveaways to have at the library. I mean, we have some things that we provide, but for when they visit the library, where when you're a child, when you have something, you'll never forget.
What about, I know it's far away, but it's coming, the welcome back teacher in September, we never been present on that, so we have to do something special, have to be there, just tell the chamber that we're on.
Once again, it comes down to staffing the table and putting it together. So it's something we can talk about during our planning session, our work session, and discuss coverage for that. I'm open to everything, but then I also have to be aware of being here for the team. And
No, I'm just thinking honestly, we can do it as a trustee, maybe we can put a group of 2 to go help for the one in Imperial, obviously.
Yeah. No, it's a wonderful outreach. There's a lot of opportunities, and I agree with you. And I thank you.
Keep the idea current. Fine. Trustee Van Dyke,
No, nothing in particular. I am looking forward to that planning session. Also be fun and just looking forward to the being the Friends of the Library. It's like I feel like that is a simple, feasible, it could happen. It could definitely happen, like a very attainable goal, and so it's exciting to see who would join. And so I'm just looking forward to that planning session. And I'll see you that Wednesday.
I'll see you. So excited. Like, I'm genuinely so excited for this. I think we're gonna do a lot of things that we've been holding on to. Just ideas are gonna come to fruition. So other than that, the next regular meeting of Imperial City Library Board of Trustees will be held on Tuesday, February 10, 2026.